Rachel Thomas was a young woman with a big dream. She wanted to become a doctor. She lived in a small town where not many people had the chance to go to a big university. Her family was kind and loving, but they did not have much money. Rachel worked hard to help her family. She had a part-time job after school, doing things like babysitting and cleaning. Even though she was busy, Rachel always made time for her studies. She knew that education was the key to a better future. Rachel believed that if she worked hard enough, she could make her dream come true. She read many books about medicine and watched videos of doctors working in hospitals. She even started helping in a local clinic to gain experience. But sometimes, Rachel felt alone in her journey. She was working so hard, but the dream seemed so far away. One day, Rachel heard about a PREM program. This program was for people who wanted to become doctors. It was a special program, and students who were accepted could get a scholarship. A scholarship would help Rachel pay for her studies. She was excited. This could be her big chance. With hope in her heart, Rachel applied for the program. She worked hard on her application. She wrote about her love for medicine and her dream to help people. She shared her story about growing up in a small town and how she was doing everything she could to follow her dream. She was nervous, but she knew she had to try. A few weeks later, Rachel received a letter from the PREM program. She opened it with shaking hands. Her heart raced as she read the words, "We regret to inform you that we cannot offer you a place in the program." Rachel felt like her world had crashed down around her. She had worked so hard, but it still wasn't enough. She read the letter again, trying to understand why. The letter said that she didn't have enough experience and didn't have the financial resources to continue. For a few days, Rachel couldn't think about anything else. She felt lost and unsure. She thought, maybe I am not good enough. Maybe this dream is too big for me. She started to doubt herself. Why had she worked so hard if it didn't matter? Why did it feel like the doors were always closing? One evening, Rachel sat in her room, looking out the window at the stars. The quiet of the night helped her clear her thoughts. She remembered all the times she had worked hard, all the late nights studying. She remembered the feeling of hope when she first applied. Rachel realized that just because she had failed once, it didn't mean her dream was over. Failure was not the end of the road, it was just a part of the journey. Rachel knew that she had to keep going. She could not give up now. She understood that her dream was big, and it would take time. But she was willing to keep trying, even if things didn't always go as planned. She wasn't going to stop because of one failure. She would learn from it and try again. She would keep working hard, and eventually, she would find a way to make her dream a reality. The next morning, Rachel woke up with a new sense of determination. She looked in the mirror and said to herself, "I can do this. I will not give up." She knew it wouldn't be easy, but she was ready to keep trying. Rachel was not the kind of person who would quit. She was strong, and she was determined to make her dream come true, no matter what. From that moment on, Rachel worked harder than ever before. She found other ways to gain experience, like volunteering at local health clinics. She read more books, practiced her English, and connected with people who could help her. Every day, she took small steps toward her goal. Rachel knew that success would not come quickly, but she also knew that if she kept moving forward, she would one day reach her dream. After the rejection, Rachel didn't know what to do. She felt lost and unsure, but she also knew she couldn't give up. She had to find another way. One day, a friend told Rachel about a free PREM workshop in the city. It was a chance to learn more about the medical field, meet other people, and hear from experts. At first, Rachel wasn't sure if it would help. She thought, what if it's not what I need? What if it's just a waste of time? But then she remembered her dream, and she decided to go. At the workshop, Rachel met many other students. Some were from big cities, some were from small towns like her. But there was one person who stood out to her the most. Her name was Dr. Aylana. She was a retired doctor who had spent many years helping students just like Rachel. Dr. Aylana had been through the same struggles. She understood what it was like to face challenges, but she also knew that those challenges could be overcome. She listened to Rachel's story and saw the determination in her eyes. Dr. Alana encouraged Rachel to apply for a scholarship and said, "You have what it takes to succeed. Don't let anything stop you." Rachel felt a spark of hope. Dr. Alana's words made her believe in herself again. She realized that maybe she hadn't failed because she wasn't good enough, but because she hadn't found the right opportunity yet. Dr. Alana's encouragement gave her the push she needed. Rachel left the workshop feeling more confident. She knew that if she tried again, things might be different. Over the next few weeks, Rachel worked harder than ever. She didn't just study more, but she also started practicing her English. Rachel knew that improving her language skills was important if she wanted to communicate better and have more opportunities. So, every day, she practiced speaking English. She joined local meetups where people gathered to practice speaking. At first, it was difficult. She felt nervous and unsure of herself, but she kept going. Every day, Rachel practiced a little more. She spoke to herself in the mirror, repeating simple sentences. She started reading books out loud. At first, it felt strange, but with time, she began to feel more comfortable. The more she practiced, the more her confidence grew. Rachel began to see that her English wasn't as bad as she thought. She could understand more, and she could speak more clearly. It was no longer something she was afraid of. Speaking English became a tool that helped her connect with people and learn new things. Rachel also realized that there were other ways to improve. She started looking for more chances to volunteer and gain experience in the medical field. She helped out at local clinics and asked doctors questions when she could. Each time, she learned something new. Each time, she felt closer to her goal. Finally, the moment came when Rachel decided to apply for the scholarship that Dr. Alana had told her about. She worked on her application carefully. This time, she knew what she wanted to say. She wrote about her passion for medicine, her determination to never give up, and how much she had learned from her mistakes. She wasn't afraid anymore. She believed in herself. A few weeks later, Rachel received an email. She nervously opened it and read the words, "Congratulations. We are pleased to offer you the scholarship you applied for." Rachel couldn't believe it. She had done it. She had been accepted into the program. All her hard work, all the late night studying, and all the practice had paid off. Rachel smiled to herself as she read the email again. She had faced many challenges, but she had never stopped trying. Now, she was one step closer to her dream. But she knew that this was just the beginning. There would still be many more obstacles to overcome, but she was ready. She had learned that with hard work, courage, and belief in herself, she could achieve anything. A year later, Rachel was sitting in a classroom at a medical school. It was hard for her to believe how far she had come. She had received the scholarship, and now she was studying medicine at a prestigious university. Rachel looked around at her classmates. Some were from big cities, some were from different countries, but they all shared the same dream as her, to become doctors. She felt proud of herself, but she also knew that this achievement wasn't just about being accepted into the school. It was about everything she had gone through to get here. Rachel remembered the first time she had applied for the PREM program and the rejection letter she had received. She remembered feeling hopeless and questioning whether her dream was too big. She thought that maybe she wasn't good enough. But now, sitting in her classroom, she understood something important. Success was not about the destination, but about the journey. The struggles, the failures, the doubts, they had all been part of her story. Without them, she wouldn't be the person she was today. She had grown stronger, more determined, and more confident. The road had not been easy. There were still difficult days, long nights of studying, and moments when she felt overwhelmed. But Rachel had learned to face each challenge with courage. She no longer feared failure. Instead, she saw it as a chance to learn and grow. She had learned that success was not just about getting things right all the time. It was about being willing to try, to fail, and to try again. Every time Rachel faced a challenge, she learned something new. Whether it was about medicine, language, or life itself, she was always growing. Rachel also realized that her English had improved a lot since the day she first started practicing. She could speak more confidently now. She could communicate with her classmates and professors without feeling nervous. She had worked hard to improve her language skills, and now, English was no longer something that held her back. It was a tool that helped her connect with others and achieve her goals. She knew that speaking English was an important skill for her future as a doctor, and she was glad that she had taken the time to practice and improve. But what Rachel was most proud of was the person she had become. She was no longer the girl who doubted herself. She was someone who believed in her abilities, someone who had the courage to face challenges head-on. She understood that success wasn't about being perfect. It was about being persistent, staying focused, and never giving up. Rachel had learned that even when things seemed impossible, she could always find a way forward. As Rachel sat in the classroom, listening to her professor talk about the human body, she felt a deep sense of gratitude. She was grateful for all the people who had helped her along the way, from Dr. Alana, who had believed in her, to the friends she had made in the workshop and at the English meetups. She was grateful for her family, who had supported her no matter what. But most of all, she was grateful for herself. She had shown herself that she could achieve anything she set her mind to. Rachel still had a long way to go before she could become a doctor, but now she knew that it was possible. She knew that as long as she kept working hard, kept practicing, and kept believing in herself, she could reach any goal. Her dream of becoming a doctor was not just a dream anymore. It was her future, and she was ready to make it a reality. Rachel's journey was long and difficult, but it was also full of growth and achievement. From the beginning, she faced many obstacles: her family's financial struggles, the rejection from the PREM program, and the self-doubt that almost made her give up. But through it all, she never lost sight of her dream. She learned that success wasn't just about getting everything right, but about persevering and learning from every experience, both good and bad. In the end, Rachel's hard work and determination paid off. She received a scholarship, entered medical school, and started her path to becoming a doctor. But more importantly, Rachel transformed into a person who truly believed in herself. She learned that no matter how many times she stumbled or faced setbacks, she could always get back up and try again. This was the most valuable lesson of all: the ability to keep moving forward, no matter what. The story of Rachel teaches us an important lesson about resilience. No matter how many challenges we face in life, we have the power to overcome them. The key is to never give up, to keep learning, and to believe in our own abilities. Success is not a straight line, it's full of twists and turns. But with patience, hard work, and belief in yourself, you can achieve anything. Rachel didn't let failure stop her. Instead, she used each failure as a stepping stone towards success. This story can be applied to your own life, especially when learning a new skill like English. It's easy to feel discouraged when you don't see progress right away, but remember, every mistake is a chance to learn. Just like Rachel, you can take small steps every day, practice consistently, and believe in yourself. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to keep going. With time, your skills will improve, and you will reach your goals. Congratulations on making it through Rachel's story. By listening to this story in English, you've already improved your listening skills and understanding of the language. Keep practicing and keep believing in yourself, just like Rachel did. You're on the right path. Now, I'd like to ask you a question to test your understanding. Please choose your answer and comment below. Question: what was the key lesson that Rachel learned on her journey? A failure is the end of the road. B. Success comes from never giving up, learning from mistakes, and believing in yourself. Please comment your answer with all B. Your feedback is important to us, and it helps us create better content for you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Your support motivates us to continue creating valuable and free resources to help you learn English. If you find our content helpful, we kindly ask you to consider donating to help support our efforts. The early stages are always challenging, but with your help, we can continue to provide high-quality content for everyone. Thank you for your support.